You know when you're scrolling through your feed or you're watching a movie and you just see them, Bollywood stars with these absolutely perfect bodies and flawless faces. But have you ever stopped and wondered, wait a minute, how real is any of that? Well, today we're going to pull back that curtain and find out.
I mean, it's everywhere, right? We're just bombarded with it. These impossibly sharp jawlines, skin that looks like it's never seen a single pore, and bodies that just seem to defy, well, reality. It's this picture of perfection, and it's so easy to look at it and just feel like you don't measure up.
You might think, wow, they just got lucky, that this kind of timeless beauty is just a gift from the gods, a perfect roll of the genetic dice. But the reality is often something else entirely. Yeah, the truth is, what we think of as God-gifted beauty has for so many become doctor-gifted. So today, we're diving deep into the world of cosmetic surgery in Bollywood and the very real cost of this perfect illusion. And look, this isn't just about what one person chooses to do. This is about a massive, multi-billion-dollar industry that literally profits from making you feel bad about yourself. Its whole business model is built on selling an ideal that they manufactured in the first place. And wow, the menu of options is pretty long. We're talking everything from nose jobs and lip fillers to way more intense procedures, like sculpting your jawline or even lightening your skin. The sheer variety just shows you how normal this has all become behind the scenes. You know, actress Trudy Hassan, who's actually one of the few stars to openly talk about it, she just put it out there. Her statement is so powerful because it just rips the Band-Aid off and shows you how incredibly common this is, even if almost nobody wants to admit it. So, what does a doctor-gifted procedure actually look like? What's really involved? Let's zoom in on one of the most common surgeries out there. Rhinopathy. You've probably heard it called a nose job. It's actually one of the oldest and most popular cosmetic surgeries on the planet. And it's exactly what it sounds like. A procedure to permanently change the shape of your nose by getting in there and messing with the bone and cartilage. But this isn't some magic trick. The reality is pretty grim, to be honest. The skin is literally pulled back, the bone inside is either filed down or straight up cut, and the cartilage is snipped and moved around. It's a surprisingly brutal process for what people just call a little tweak. And believe me, it is not without risk. Even for a super common procedure like this, there's a 5 to 10% chance of complications. And that could be anything from, oops, this isn't what I wanted it to look like, to serious lifelong breathing problems. And that's where things get really serious. This is a high-stakes gamble, period. When the chase for perfect goes wrong, the results can be absolutely devastating. And in the worst cases, they can even be fatal. Okay, let's talk about what is widely considered the most dangerous cosmetic surgery in the world, the Brazilian butt lift, or BBL. Basically, they take fat from one part of your body and inject it into your buttocks. The numbers here are just staggering. Your chance of dying from a BBL is 1 in 3,000. And get this, half of those deaths happen right there on the operating table. That is a shocking, terrifying risk for a surgery that is completely elective. And these aren't just statistics, right? These are real people with tragic stories. We have Kannada actress Chetana Raj, who died after a liposuction procedure went wrong, or Shefali Jariwala, who died from cardiac arrest after a skin lightening injection. And even for those who survive, like Priyanka Chopra or Koina Mitra, the damage to their careers can be permanent. Priyanka Chopra has talked about how a botched nose job at the start of her career just completely changed her face. She was fired from 3 different movies and fell into this deep depression. It almost ended her entire career before it even got started. It just goes to show you the emotional scars are often so much deeper than the physical ones. But this whole thing, it doesn't just stay in Bollywood. The ripple effect from these manufactured beauty standards has created a full-blown epidemic of insecurity that's affecting millions of regular people, especially young people. And the data, honestly, it paints a really worrying picture. A study in Coimbatore found that a staggering 77% of college-age girls were unhappy with their bodies. I mean, when you're constantly comparing yourself to these surgically enhanced, filtered, and edited images, it just chips away at your confidence. And this can spiral into something really serious, like body dysmorphic disorder, or BDD. This is a mental health condition where a person becomes totally obsessed with what they think are flaws in their appearance, flaws that, most of the time, other people can't even see. It can completely take over your life. And here's the craziest part. People are risking their lives to chase a moving target. These beauty standards, they're just trends. In the 2000s, it was all about being size 0. Today, it's the Instagram face. You know the look: high cheekbones, full lips, tiny jaw, all often achieved with fillers and surgery. It's a dangerous cycle that never ever ends. So, the big question is, how do we get off this crazy train? Well, it all starts with redefining what real beauty even means. It's about rejecting the myth and finally learning to embrace the person you actually are. On one hand, you have the illusion, this idea of effortless, natural perfection. But the reality? Well, it's surgically enhanced features, it's pain and risk, it's constant upkeep, and it's all in service of a fleeting trend that's just going to change in a few years anyway. So, what's the big takeaway here for you? First, remember that what you see online is a double illusion. It's surgery, plus filters, plus editing. Second, chasing these trends is a trap. Your unique features, the things that make you you, they are not flaws that need to be fixed. Real beauty isn't about changing your face, it's about changing your mind. You know, the philosopher Osho really nailed it. He said, the moment you accept yourself, you become beautiful. It's not something you can buy or have injected. It comes from the inside. The second you stop judging yourself and start accepting yourself, that's it. That's when you become beautiful. So I want to leave you with this final thought. If all the standards that are sold to us every single day are manufactured and fake, then what does it actually mean to be truly beautiful? Maybe the answer to that is a little different for every single one of us.